Drona was genuinely pleased when Duryodhana offered him the position of commander-in-chief. His happiness was clear, but he spoke with humility. I have studied the Vedas and the sacred texts, but fate has led me to become a teacher of archery. I cannot guarantee victory, nor boast of my bravery. However, I will lead the Kaurava army with discipline and do my best to defeat the Pandavas, with your support. Duryodhana officially appointed Drona as commander-in-chief amidst the chanting of Vedic hymns, the sound of horns, and the beating of drums. Priests poured holy water from sacred rivers over Drona's head, and trumpets filled the air as traditional praises were recited. Feeling honored, Drona turned to Duryodhana and said, "King, I am pleased with your conduct and wisdom. Ask for a boon, and I will grant it." Duryodhana, surprised and delighted by Drona's offer, consulted with Dussasana and Karna before replying. He said, "Master of the bow, I know you love the Pandavas as your students, so I will not ask you to kill them. Instead, I request that you capture Yudhishthira alive and bring him to me." Drona, equally surprised by this request, responded, "Yudhishthira truly deserves his title of Ajatasattu, one without enemies. Even you, his rival, do not ask for his death but wish to capture him alive. I will grant this boon on one condition. If Arjuna interferes, I cannot guarantee success. But if you can draw Arjuna away from Yudhishthira, I will capture him and hand him over to you. However, remember that a prisoner of war cannot be killed. What do you plan to do with Yudhishthira?" Duryodhana smiled and replied, "I plan to challenge him to another game of dice." Drona laughed heartily at the suggestion. Duryodhana then ordered his drummers to spread the word of Drona's vow to capture Yudhishthira alive. The Kaurava soldiers, hearing this announcement, celebrated by blowing their conches and roaring like lions, excited by the promise of victory. Duryodhana, known for his sharp administrative skills and strategic mind, had already managed to win over key allies, such as Salya, and had successfully neutralized the Yadavas. Sri Krishna's army, led by Kritavarma, was fighting for Duryodhana, while Balarama had chosen to go on a pilgrimage, staying out of the conflict. Duryodhana understood that a good leader doesn't need to be the most skilled himself, but one who can make the best use of his team's talents. He knew Bhishma would not kill the Pandavas, but he made sure to extract the best possible service from him. Karna was willing to sacrifice his life for him, and Duryodhana understood that Drona, while unwilling to kill the Pandavas, had unmatched skill as a warrior. Using this knowledge, Duryodhana strategically secured Drona's promise to capture Yudhishthira. With 11 divisions under his command, while the Pandavas had only 7, Duryodhana had many believing he was the one to bet on. As the battle loomed, he continued to use his leadership to maximize the strengths of his army. Most people of the time saw Drona as a future conqueror, but Bhima and Drona himself knew better. They had no illusions of guaranteed victory. Yudhishthira, through his spies, learned of Drona's vow and quickly called a meeting with Arjuna and other key leaders. They decided it was crucial to protect Yudhishthira. Arjuna reassured him, saying, "Don't worry. We will provide the best protection for you, but even on your own, you are capable of defending yourself. It's not easy for anyone to capture you. First, they would have to defeat you, then all of us, and finally our entire army. Not even Drona, or the gods themselves, could manage that. You have nothing to fear." Hearing these words, Yudhishthira was pleased, and the warriors blew their conches, filling the air with triumphant roars like lions ready for battle. Drishtadyumna arranged the Pandava army in the heron formation, with Arjuna leading from the front, his chariot bearing the flag of Hanuman fluttering in the wind. Drishtadyumna and Bhima took positions on the right and left wings, while other warriors filled in their respective spots. The Kaurava army, on the other hand, formed a battle array shaped like a cart. Sandava, supported by the Kalinga troops, stood in the center. The cavalry, along with elephants, led the charge, while Drona, flanked by Duryodhana and Dussasana, stood in the heart of the formation. Karna, with his forces from Anga, took position at the front. As the 11th day of the war began, the two mighty armies clashed head-on. The battle was fierce, as always, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. Drona, eager to prove himself as the new commander, unleashed a devastating attack on the Pandava forces. He destroyed elephants, cavalry, and chariots, slaughtering thousands of soldiers. It was as if death itself had come to the battlefield.